Gravity. The Earth is full of gravity. How do you know this? Because you're not floating away like you would if you were in space. You may not feel it, but gravity affects you all the time. Gravity is the force of attraction between two objects. Gravity is the force that keeps your feet on the ground. Gravity is very powerful. Gravity is like a magnet pulling objects closer together. Its force can affect an object in motion. How? Well, if you throw something up in the air, it will fall back to the ground. Long ago, a man named Isaac Newton figured out that if something goes up, it must come down. This is all because gravity is a pulling force. For example, if you put a baseball in motion by throwing it to a friend and watch closely, it will never stay up in the air. It will also never travel in a straight path. It will always arc up in a straight motion, but eventually fall downward into your friend's baseball glove. If you've ever watched a movie that takes place on the moon, you're sure to see astronauts floating around everywhere. Why? The moon's gravity is very different than the Earth's. On Earth, gravity is pulling down on everything and holding it in place. However, on the moon, the gravitational pull is much, much less than on Earth. On the moon, if you throw something up or put an object into motion, it will stay in motion longer. Just imagine how far you could jump on the moon. What would it be like to live on the moon? How would it be different than on Earth? Mass. Everything on Earth has mass, even if something is as light as a feather. Mass is a measurement of how much matter is in an object. Mass may sound like weight, but they are two very different things. Weight is the result of gravity pulling on a mass. Weight depends on how much gravity there is, but mass stays the same no matter what the gravity. Your mass stays the same all the time, even if you went to the moon, Mars, or Jupiter. However, your weight would vary depending on how the gravity of that planet pulls on you. For example, you would weigh less on the moon, though your mass would not change. That is because weight is the measure of the force of gravity on an object. The moon has about 1/6 of the Earth's gravity, so you would weigh about 1/6 less on the moon than you do on Earth.